And Jonelle says, not to mention molestation, aka rape of children. This nation is letting these rapists go free based off of bias alone, and they're not implementing any penalty for rape and molesting of children. And to that point, I swear to God, he gonna make me run around the studio. To that point, it was a white man on the very same day that Bill Cosby was taken away in shackles. When he raped 6 or 7 of his patients, was found guilty of rape, and the judge gave him probation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gave him like probation 6 months.
Where's y'all outrage on that? Where is you guys' outrage on that man? But no, y'all want to make sure Bill Cosby does every bit of time, and then Amber Rose with her bald head self talking about not only does he need to do the 10 years, he needs to die shortly after. That's the kind of stuff we do to our people. I saw
that video you did. That was really good. That was really good.
That's the kind of stuff we do to our people, though.
Is she one of us?
I don't know.
What if Amber Rose was one of us?
You stupid.
Just a slob like one of us.
Al says, I just read that Cosby had an affair with a half black and Asian, and she gave him a fortune cookie before he gave her a pill. The cookie said wonton spelled backwards, not now. Totally. Hey, it says free Bill. Blacks are quick to turn on down on blacks. You don't see whites turning on KKK members.
No, they even know them in the family. They won't say a word.
I actually had a conversation with a white lady, nice white lady, a couple weeks back, and she was telling me that her husband's father was a part of the KKK. His whole family was, but her husband, for whatever reason, was like, nah, that's not for me. Mm-hmm. But she said she had family members that were KKK, and it just ran river deep. You know?
You got family members that are FOI.
Absolutely. And Chris says, not the accuser, the accused. Okay, clarify that point for me, because now I forgot what we were talking about. And Gloria says, I'm glad you did talk about it. A lot of us are upset as well when we see others get off scot-free like Trump and all the rest. I mean, yeah, but, I don't like to say, well, if they rape, we should be able to rape, because that's not what I'm saying, guys. I don't want you guys to think that, but what I'm saying is...
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
No, I'm not saying that.
No. Because, I'm all no.
One of these days, we're going to understand what it means to unify with each other and have each other's back. One of these days, we are going to realize that. Until then, we're always going to be where we are.
Well, the thing is, it's like you say all the time, that will never happen until we get the proper order in the black community. And the proper order is father, mother, helper.
Watch out now.
The order of status.
Watch out now.
And real quick, my mom said she wants to come on the show.
All right. Yeah. Come on, Mama Sadiq. Come on with it. Hey, Peter. And you say, first of all, let me say this. Be sure your sin will find out. Amen. Oops. What happened to that one? Find out. Amen. So you're saying, basically, if you commit a sin, what's done in the dark will come to the light? No, absolutely. I agree with that. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, what you do in the dark will eventually manifest, and others will be made known, especially if you're doing some bad stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Al says, CVS and Walgreens had a Bill Cosby sex. You know what? I ain't reading that mess. Tyrone said, laugh out loud in the 70s. If word got out that the right people... Meaning, if it had been pursued criminally as much as settlements and college tuition, even in that day, Cosby would have been destroyed. Mm-hmm. It would have been destroyed and simply seen as a black man using pills to rape white women. He would have been massacred. Laugh out loud. He had a little protection from Hollywood heavyweights, some of whom are up on charges now. But I feel the women wanted money more than conviction for a long time. Even this latest case, she got 3.5 and a college tuition before the conviction. Yes, she did. But see, these same people who are, he said he raped her. They're not talking about that kind of stuff. They leaving off the fact that she got $3 million. In addition to the copious amount of lies that she told, in addition to her out of her own mouth saying that she knew he was giving her stuff. Why are we negating that kind of stuff? Are we so in love with the oppressor and the lies that they tell us that we're going to just negate all the facts? I'm asking you guys. And said, I hope and pray he does not vote. I think he meant that does not win. You talking about Trump or who? Jonelle says, because That's because our rape continues every day. If I say my name, it's a white man's name. I'm saying rape. They don't really want to fight for rape and the protection of women because it's a confession of guilt of their history to us and all on this planet. Not to mention the animals by the white nation of animals. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take it back that far, I mean, like, y'all mad about, not saying we should be mad about rape, so I don't want that to come out the wrong way, but I mean, damn. When we gonna be mad about black women who were raped during slavery and hell? What about the black women who were raped today? There's been a few cases of white men getting off scot-free for raping black women. Scot-free. He's too rich to go to jail. Right. Oh, it's going to ruin his life if he goes to jail. So we're going to give him a slap on the wrist.
And her life isn't ruined?
No, because she is not important. But nobody mad about that stuff. But we give it to Bill Cosby. Give it to him.
And then we have to do a self-assessment. Do you know that a third of all...
Well, I want you to stop right there because when Bill Cosby asked us to do a self-assessment, Negroes got mad. So be careful. Go ahead.
Okay, but, a third of all assaults, according to women. And isn't it funny when this thing came out, all this stuff was coming out, especially recently with this white woman? Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd say 10 out of 10 of my female friends have been in some form sexually assaulted or whatever. And 30 years of them going to the military, you didn't even have military sexual assault counselors and stuff like that. You didn't have that back then because, whatever. But my point is, in our community, a third of the assaults happen to women who know they're assaulting somebody in the family,
right? Or
your mama's boyfriend,
right?
So we got to do a self-assessment. I'm about to be crucified.
Yeah, watch out now. So. I might say I don't know you. Okay. And JC, what's happening? Said they are mad at him because he didn't marry any of them. Wow, is that so? Al says the only thing black people do when we get done wrong is complain, march, and pray. F out of here. Yeah, and we need to change that. We really do. I mean, we're all guilty of that. Oh my God, it's a horrible thing. What's for dinner?
Right.
Oh, is Power coming on tonight? Because I got to find out if Ghost, and Angela gonna get back together. That's as far. That's as far as it goes. And Lori says, "Amen. D, preach, please. I'm trying. Hallelujah." Ed says, "Wait, we are outraged? We are outraged. Kids being raped in the Catholic Church." I just want to, because I have a lot of conscious people on my timeline, but I want to know how many of you guys have seen black people, especially, bust a grape or a blood vessel over what the Catholic priests have been doing to children. How many have you seen? I've seen a few, but not as much as I've seen people nailing Bill Cosby to the cross. I haven't seen that many doing it. I could be wrong. Lawyer says, "You're so right." He said, "I wish I could come run with you around that room." Well, you know what? Run around the room you win, because we're going to do some hallelujah laps. Ed said, "No means no." Absolutely. Listen, what we not going to do is try to redefine what no means. No means no. I don't care if you need the in it, which will suck, but if you need the in it and she tells you no, no means no. So we're not even going to say, well, what if? Nope, no means no. I agree. And Freddie says, the mentality of us versus them is toxic. We have been colorblind. To your point, if I think I understand it right, we've been taught, I don't see color. Well, where all lives matter. It's about all of us. Really? Since when?
You can't take care of everybody if you can't take care of your home first. If your home looks like shit, you can't worry about your neighbor. First
law of nature is self-preservation. We run around here and some people argue it's knowledge of self, so you decide. But, I mean, we get like, oh gosh, if I say I'm for black people, then I'm saying something wrong. I don't want to offend white people. If I say black power, can I whisper black power?
But here's the thing. Who gives a damn who you offend? You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to say.
But we don't believe that, though. We believe if I say, black power, I love my black self, or black girl magic, then, oh gosh, I don't think you should say that. That's offensive.
What do they think the Aryan Nation is saying? What do they think the KKK is saying?
We talking about your black ass. We ain't talking about them.
But that's what I'm saying. Right. They're not afraid to express how they feel. We're going to kill these black motherfuckers and do whatever we got to do. But when we say, oh my God,
I need you to quiet down the black power stuff.
Yeah,
okay, just keep it down to a minimum.
Right.
And Irving says misconception. Jonelle says right. You don't see whites turning on KKK members. In fact, like in that Black Klansman movie, which everybody should go see, by the way, which is an excellent movie, by Spike Lee. They erased the evidence at the end, but he was wise to keep that one part. I know which part you're talking about. That one part, which was his membership card. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Proof. You gotta have proof.
Right, but then some people said, "Oh, that wasn't. He was lying. He wasn't telling the truth." Like, why the man got to lie about that? He's got evidence that he infiltrated the KKK.
Right. No, but whenever we do it, it's a lie.
Right. And Lori says, "I know you're not saying that. Oh, I know. I hope not. I hope you guys don't think that I'm trying to classify rape, because I'm not. I've never. Thank God. I've never been raped. I had the attempt. I was attempted rape, if you will." But that never happened to me. Attempted assault, if you will, but it never happened to me. I called my daddy and got him on the case, and that was a done data. That's all I can say about that. And Freddie said there is no such thing as white and black. Oh, okay, so you're saying there is no such thing as white and black. Well, why don't you tell that to white supremacy? I'm just curious. And Gloria says, I must be saying no one is out. I'm just saying no one is outraged about them getting away with it and all and more. Well, yeah, I mean, not as much as they are with trying to nail Bill Cosby to the cross. You know, I would like to say I'm confused, but I'm not really. I get it. Somebody brought up Dr. Joyce DeGruy last week. And we are very ill people in that we have not healed from the trauma of slavery. And here in 2018, we just carry over those same thought processes and ideology about who we are and what we're allowed to do to other or say about other people. I guess we think it's fashionable if we question white people. But, it makes us look better to white people when we hold our own, by the neck, if that makes any sense. And then Al says, if Cosby would have dealt with the sister, she would have told him, come to my house. There's nobody home. Once Bill would have showed up, she says she would have stood him up. What is wrong with you? And Irving, he said, Bill Clinton have a black son out there, so I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, there's a kid that looks like him.
He does look like a lot. Yeah. I mean, like, damn, Bill, is that your son or not?
Right. And evil Hillary is, you ain't claiming that. I don't know what to do.
Who are we to question Bill Clinton? He's the first black president, y'all. Bill Clinton.
Why is he the first black president again?
Because he went on Arsenio and played the saxophone, and then we've been calling him the first black president ever since.
Right, and he had a sexual.
So what?
Thing.
He helped black people,
and he reorganized food stamps and the welfare system to where black men have been incarcerated.
He was the greatest president for black people alive, Donovan.
Yes. He's because of his policies, because he went to the center.
Oh, you stop talking about it. We're with Hillary.
He locked up under his policy.
You stop it.
Didn't his wife say they are
super predators?
Super predators.
And don't say those things about Hillary.
And we're just supposed to love them people.
Well, we always do.
Yeah, we always do. That's true.
And Jonelle says, at what point do we stop our rape, a.k.a. black exploitation by everybody, especially this white Zionist owned nation? Well, y'all tell me, when are we going to stop it?
When are we going to stop making dumbass movies showing us robbing and stealing all the time instead of being these so-called kings and queens we claim to be? When are we going to stop disrespecting our black women and, being responsible for whatever job it is?
Well, all questions that make you go, Very good question.
Good question.
And Ali says, all the women Cosby slept with, the judge told them their birth certificate was an apology letter from the abortion. You know what? I'm done. I ain't reading your shit no more. I cuss. Gilbert, hey, what's happening? Says, it is everywhere, not just Hollywood or government, but this way. It's been this way for years. No, absolutely. It's everywhere. And
it's systematic.
Yeah, and
systemic.
Listen, I'm not saying that there's no issues as far as rape. Now, come on. We be lying to say, there's no issues. There's plenty of issues.
Women are under assault.
I just think it just needs to be applied appropriately. And Tyrana Burke, the lady the black lady actually, who created the Me Too hashtag, the movement, said, that's not where that was supposed to go. She said it went a whole other dimension. That's not where she was originally trying to get it to go. And it was hijacked by the women of Hollywood. And so Jonelle says, right, Irving panting, that bill ain't claiming none of us, not to mention whites who need Maury for all their black children being
Oh Lord.
being raped and etc. like the president. So absolutely, I mean, yeah, is the child billed? I don't know. That's what they say to me. The child looks like him,
and the child has been making
even if
several requests.
even if that
DNA.
child is DNA deemed to be Bill Clinton's, what we gonna do?
Right. Celebrate.
We gonna say we ain't voting for you?
Or what are we gonna say? Oh wow, another bastard child. Great.
No, I mean,
In the
we
black
ain't gonna do
community.
it. You know, everybody ain't perfect. The Lord says, whoever is perfect, that without sin, throw the first stone.
Ouch. Mama.
Irving, he says, Harvey gets bail, but Cosby gets jail. Well, Cosby did get bail, and he bailed out.
Yeah. When he was initially ruled, he was allowed to walk home. Home arrest.
He bailed out to the tune of $1 million, so he did bail out. But I mean, let's see if the swift and punishment that was handed to Bill Cosby is going to be handed down to these other cats. And wait a second, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Roman Polanski? Anybody seen him?
I think he's in jail.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
You lie.
Yes.
You lie. You think wrong.
Yeah, no, they had abducted him. He came to the States and finally was going to go.
Okay, but let's
look it up.
Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say before he went to jail, was he not on a lam to the tune of making movies and won 3 Oscars in between the time that he
You got to remember though,
raped?
you got to remember he went through a traumatic trauma
Well,
that his wife and child were killed.
What about that 13-year-old little girl that he raped?
Well, you got to remember, it's because he lost his wife and child in the Manson murders, so we have to give him a little,
Got it.
Okay, gotcha.
Al says, how about impeach Trump, cancel the ATL housewives, give R. Kelly the death sentence, and free Cosby? Well, why don't you write a bill? There ought to be a bill. Write it up and send it down to your senator and see if they can get it passed.
Here's my question. When are you Negroes that are listening to this show going to realize that this country is not for us? They're doing everything. They're locking us. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're like a Timex watch. We take a licking and keep on ticking. But
that's not funny, actually. Yeah. I get your point.
But I mean, when are we going to realize this is not for us?
I don't know.
And we keep trying to, jump in it, and get into that system. They don't want us in the system.
Are you sure?
Hey, I'm almost positive. I mean, you can only judge them by their actions.
Oh, okay. Hey, Brandy, you said me too, unfortunately. So yeah, I think it would be a mistake to say that a lot of women, especially black women, have been sexually assaulted, approached, or something in some way, shape, or form. And so again, I'm not making any apologies or any of that kind of stuff for Bill Cosby. But what I'm saying is, how do we really know? Artemis, he says the Stockholm syndrome is real, and the black church is a proponent of self-hate. No, absolutely, but you might want to be careful that you don't get struck down by lightning for saying that. But absolutely, Stockholm syndrome is real, and that we cannot suspend our belief or disbelief, however you want to say it, of the things that we've been taught. We can't. A lot of us can't. We just can't get it out of our minds that white supremacy is actually built to keep us down. We have a hard time coming to terms with that. And I agree with you. The black church, especially in the latter years, have not been terribly helpful to the community of black people. Hey, Anthony, you're laughing. Al says Black Klansman will be out on DVD in December. Whoopee! Hello there. And Irving, he said, yep. He said, had an agenda. Hey, Rick. And you also say, Irving, great topics here tonight. Well, thank you.
I got the thing on Roman Polanski. As a result of the plea bargain, Polanski pleaded guilty to the charge of unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor.
Like 1970 something.
No, this was in 2007. And was ordered to undergo 90 days of psychiatric evaluation at the California Institute for Men at Chino, right down the street. Upon release from prison, after 42 days, Polanski agreed to the plea bargain, his penalty to be time served along with probation. So
basically, he's out of jail.
He's out of jail.
After raping a 13-year-old, after 42 days.
Yes.
Y'all heard it from... He did his research, y'all. Okay. And so, let's see. Richard says Polanski is in Europe.
Yeah, he's in Europe.
Okay. Oops, let's see.
And he was defended by many celebrities in Hollywood.
Okay, and then let's see. Jonelle says, we think we are white people and majority of us don't have a black thought. that was the importance of taking Kunta Kinte to obey. Whites have raped us into themselves. Rape is an injustice to all and death. Injustice to all. And death to a woman, which white women have cried and lied all throughout our sojourn in America to destroy and kill black men, especially Emmett Till. And then over 80 years later, they got lie detectors. Why are they not using them in the case of 30 women or more claiming such a serious offense? Or did they stop working like the cure when that brother got Ebola versus those two whites? No, absolutely. I mean, to your point, that's not nothing new. What has been done to Bill Cosby potentially if he did not rape these women? That's nothing new.
Well, can I ask you this? Why is Charlie Sheen walking around free as a bird and he unknowingly
infected other women?
Well, he didn't infect them, but he exposed them to HIV, which is a crime in California.
He's white. But you're right. I mean, like you said, to the point of Emmett Till's accuser.
She admitted it.
She admitted she's lying. Now, why?
She's too old to go to jail.
Hold on a second. Now, I want to make a disclaimer before I say this. I'm not saying to do it. Hypothetically, why aren't you Negroes that are so mad with Bill Cosby going and knocking on, what's her name, Carolyn Bryant? Why are you not knocking on Carolyn Bryant's door and saying, excuse me, miss, we're outraged and we want to make sure you pay? How come y'all not doing that at her doorstep? I'm just asking questions.
I got some sweet weed to smoke.
Oh, so, you got some to do, okay.
Yeah.
And hey, Richard, he says Polanski's victim wants the DA to move on. Yeah, I did read that as well. She's, older now, obviously, and she's just kind of over it. She wants to get on with her life. And so I did read that, and you put a link up to that. I will read that later. And so Richard's saying not true as far as him. He's saying not true as far as him with being in jail. This is old comics. And Jonelle says, exactly, Donna. This country has never been for us. We have not the vision of self-preservation, be a separation. God bless the child that's got his own. We are a nation within a nation being exploited via our ignorance, and our self-love and unity will change our condition. Absolutely, which is why, to my original point of J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI, they can't have a rise of a black messiah. They can't have somebody black that's influential, making other black people feel that they are not less than. I can't have y'all thinking that you guys were kings and queens and you are of greatness and you're not who they say you are. I can't have you thinking that you'll always be a sharecropper working for the man. We can't have him making people think that about themselves. Self-love, are you kidding?
Right. Black unity? Yeah.
And Al says, as D&D, if Cosby dies in jail, Camille becomes a widow. So how long after a spouse passes do you wait to date? Oh my God. My stepdad said if his new girlfriend dies, he's bringing his side piece to the funeral. You know what? I'm assuming that was a joke. Lori said, Bill Cosby inspired us all in all he did. A man of much respect and intellect in Philadelphia. I don't believe he is guilty. This stuff was to be squashed after all those years, and women want to try to destroy him. Statute of limitation, among other things. Well, in all fairness, too, if I'm going to cover all sides, a lot of those women said that they came out because they saw Andrea come out, and so they felt encouraged or inspired to do it too. And so that's kind of how they all got into it. But I don't know, I just find it weird that over 50 years and 60 women, not one of them or more of them didn't come out. Like, somebody raped me. And it's just me. I'm not saying this is all women, but I think I wouldn't have waited 50 years. It's just weird to me. And Lori said, I'm just saying. Jonelle says, there was a case where a white person raped women and gave them AIDS, and he got probation. Not to mention other cases where whites have raped and free of consequences all the time. All the time. We see it all the time. And like, why are we, upset about that? Well, what's the difference? I mean, because I always had this ideology. Like, me and my sister, or my sister and I, we used to fight a lot. I don't know why. We just did. Just, sibling rivalry, if you will. We used to fight. But my thing was, I could kick her butt. And yes, I kicked her butt. Because I'm big sis.
That's what she told me.
Yeah. I'm big sis. But you can't kick her butt.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it was like, there was this unsaid, we need to unify. We need to gosh, I'm out of breath.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
It is. And Jonelle says, so clearly Jesus is black. Are you sure? Why fear the rise of a black Messiah? Because we're the only people on the dang cross. Well, they, it wasn't our term, they being J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI and those people, they fear the rise of a black Messiah. We don't want somebody to come save these Negroes.
Well, like I said, if we have unity in the black community, meaning we're a nation within a nation, like Honorable Elijah Muhammad had said, we're black people, a nation within a nation. If we got treated like the Indians get treated with a sovereign contract, where we're in the United States, but we're separate, we're Americans, but we have our own sovereignty, and we make our own decisions, we elect our own leaders, oh my gosh, this country would fail.
Right.
Because we're the economic engine that keeps it going.
We're giving away 97% of $1.3 trillion. Is you crazy?
You know, it was funny. I was asking a friend of mine. He had asked me about what's going on in America, and I was overseas.
Yeah.
And he said he's thinking about opening a business. And I told him, make a long story short, I told him, well, I said the best place to go where you can treat your customers like crap, choke them out. Push them on the ground and bang them in the head, whatever you want to do. Sell them rotten food, and they will still patronize it. Come to America and open your business in a black neighborhood. We're the only people that do that. And he was like, yeah, not that he agreed, but he was like, really?
They kind of already know that.
Yeah, so
right.
We will still patronize you.
So Al says, answer the question. I thought you were joking. He says, well, how long should a spouse marry after their spouse passes? I think that's a personal decision.
Yeah, it depends. If you're in that bereavement moment and the pastor comes up to you and,
I mean, it's a personal choice. I mean, some people never remarry. They're like, I would never find a man or a woman like the one I had. Therefore, I'm going to be here with these cats and I'm going to be knitting until I die. And some people like, shit, it's been a week.
Right. Yeah.
It's been a week. I'm ready. And Artemis says, one question, what happened to the comedian Hannibal Buress? I'm glad somebody brought that up too. That brought the Cosby case back from a cold case. I think he was used. And what had happened was he did a stand-up in Philadelphia, in Bill Cosby's hometown, a stand-up, and he talked about Bill Cosby raping women and drugging them and stuff, and there was a reporter in the audience, and he took
that's
a
what
video.
Kicked it off, right? That's what really kicked it off.
He took a video, and it went viral, and then from that point, different women was like, hey, it happened to me, it happened to me, it happened to me, and so, was Hannibal Buress used? I don't know, but
he got a lot of notoriety out.
He did get a lot of notoriety. I've seen him in a couple of things. I don't think he's funny at all. Not at all. So, but yeah, that some people are crediting him with
bringing down a black man.
Yeah, bringing Bill Cosby down, if you will. Not my words, just what I heard. And then you also say unity comes from the church. Well, I think the church could do a lot in unifying the black community. But more than just on Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah, but the church has been jacked, basically, because the people that are running the churches, they don't even care about the people.
And like I said, y'all, I mean, not to put people on blast, but there's a church that's been on TV on the pastors of LA right down the street from my house. And any given day that I pass the church, I will see one of many of his luxury cars, a Bentley, a Lamborghini, a G-Wagon, Mercedes, this other Mercedes, this, classic car. And I'm like, and the church looks like a cracker box.
Yeah. When did Jesus ever ride around in the old days in a Mercedes and stuff like that? You
never saw the golden chariot that he had?
Yeah, I never saw any of that. And he was always with the poor and the most disenfranchised.
Not today. And Jonelle says, what was Bill Cosby works clearly contrary of the image given to us by white media? So what and how is media portraying us today? And where is the Zionist-owned networks' money going when it comes to us? When it comes to us who have a motive to set up Bill Cosby, can America really embrace a positive black imagery? Even in Black Panther, whites saved the day. Can these white people embrace black Jesus? No, they cannot.
No, they will never do that.
They cannot.
That is an abomination to them.
But I'm glad you keep reinforcing the point that there is a lot invested in there was a conspiracy to bring down Bill Cosby. There's a lot invested in him and people doing that.
And he is just the first one.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry's on the list. They're all on the
Eddie
list.
Griffin actually did an interview on Black TV where he said black men in Hollywood do not come out with a clean record.
Mm-hmm.
Do not come out unscathed with what he was saying. They always will be demonized. And he named off a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
He said that's just the way it goes in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And Tyrone says, comedian Hannibal Buress has never been covered like that. In 2014 when he busted Bill Cosby jokes, never before or after. I mean, I never heard of the guy until I heard about him disclosing the Bill Cosby rape allegations. And Jonelle says they can't even embrace Black Superman,
right.
Black James Bond. What would our positive images do to this whitewashed world or deception? Yeah.
No, as long as we're willing to teach our kids and run around with your pants sagged, smoke weed, drink, disrespect your women, and the women are buying into it, the young girls are buying into it too. Game over.
And if you notice, I don't have to tell y'all that, I'm preaching to the choir, but that's those are the images that get the most play. And you know, again, I know there's probably a lot of Tiffany Haddish fans on here. No shade to Tiffany Haddish. Big ups to anybody who can bring themselves from the bottom up. But Cat Williams got taken to task by some people because they said he was hating on Tiffany Haddish, but he made a good point. He said all Hollywood has done as marketed ratchetness. He said everybody knows somebody who was ratchet, but Hollywood has taken what Tiffany Haddish is doing and now putting it on the big screen as if that's something we ain't never seen.
And she's playing the same character all the time.
But she's getting paid a lot of money to do it.
Right.
Because that's what they want us to believe about black women.
She has no range. She plays the same
We with
character.
the nay and all over the place and loud and just godly.
You're a professional teacher. I didn't see the movie, but I saw the preview, the trailers. Yeah. You know, you're supposed to be a teacher in teaching night school in this new movie, and you're as ratchet as the people that you're. You know what I mean?
As the kids,
yeah. I was just like, come on.
But that's the image they want us to believe about black women. And Al says, did you ever watch the video where Kat challenged Kevin for $5 million?
Yeah, I did watch that video.
I honestly just think the both of them need to grow up.
I don't know if a lot of people know this. Do you guys know that Cat Williams was in the Marine Corps?
I know that now. Yeah. I didn't know Cat
he was in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, but on the funnier side of things, people said, how's Cat Williams going to challenge Kevin Hart to a fight when he got beat up by a 14-year-old?
a teenage guy.
Hey, Bobby, he says, you have beautiful skin. Oh, thank you so much. You know what? I'm sweating.
There's air.
I just sweat. You know, moving around and all these antics and stuff I'm doing, it causes me sweat. But thank you so much.
Got water here. We're doing everything we can to keep you cool.
A for effort.
Thank you.
A for effort.
How's the lighting?
It's great. The lighting is great. It's a little hot, but it's great. And Artemis says, great show. Thank you. And Al says, Bill Paterno got jailed for his BS. Bill Paterno. Who is that?
Oh, Joe Paterno.
Joe Paterno from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the Nittany Lions.
With, what's his face?
Yeah, Salerno or... I know you're talking about
the other cat
that
was raping the boys and stuff. Yeah, he got in trouble. His legacy was damaged and all of that. But damn!
But they ain't taking down the statue. It's
look at all they had to go through to get this. I can't think of it. It starts with an S. But look at all Sandusky. Look at what all they had to do to get to that point.
Some people had to go to jail.
Someone else says, we got to recognize the mix of black exploitation. Yes, we do. And when we do, a lot of the stuff will start to click like, aha, I get it. Now I see the light. Oh, that's what they were talking about.
We have to get back to respecting our black women who are raising our children, regardless if the father is there or not, and get us on the right track. Until we do that, that is the first step. We have to get our women back to being the first teacher rather than the first dancer.
Oh, you know what?
You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you that black unity takes both black men and women.
Yes.
I 100% agree with you, and that we do need to how do we as black women unbrainwash ourselves of being taught about feminism and thinking that feminism was for us. Feminism was never for black women. You don't ever see Gloria Steinem and none of these other, white feminist organizations coming to the defense of black women. Ever.
Nope.
The one time I saw them do it in modern day history is when the black sister was choked out and stripped naked in the Waffle House, which I hope ain't nobody still.
And they
at
still
the
charge her with the crime.
They charge her with the crime. Now, or the women's movement or something was forced into action, and they used Tamika Mallory, who is one of the leaders of the women's movement. They came out and made a statement. They gave it a valiant effort, but they was like, okay, we're done here. Mm-hmm. We did our part.
Doing the Al Sharpton thing. Okay, gotta go.
The women's lib has never been for black women. Right. Black women were only a body count. Right. We need you for numbers. Yeah, we might, talk. What we'll help you do is take down your man.
Yeah. Right. Destroy your community.
But that's about it, sister.
Right. We'll help you do that. Just real quick, the cat that was in the clip, that was Tylen. He's a good friend of Dee's, and
he likes to claw my feet.
Yeah, so, he's been good the last couple shows.
He has. And Brian says, "Who are you talking about?" Joe Paterno watching it on YouTube. Yeah, oh, that's you. That's the one person watching it. Hey, he says Sandusky, and Al says. Yeah. I think more people care about Lil Wayne's horrible new.
I've heard the reviews on that.
Rather than what's going on. Listen, tread lightly, Al, because you're the only person I've heard say that Lil Wayne's album was not good.
No, I've heard a lot of people say.
I've seen a lot of people say it was good. I was like, well, damn, let me check it out.
No, I heard it was terrible.
And then, Brian said, Joe died, never did jail time. So get y'all
he died.
Straight.
Yeah, no, he did die, but the point is,
he didn't go to jail.
This was going on, and Sandusky was his.
Well, a lot of people are saying, well, Joe didn't know, but they was like, well, maybe he did. Who knows? And Jonelle says, like the White Nation calendar, we know what to expect. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, the same redundancy, but Happy New Year 2019, same rotation of raping. Look at the revenue they'll be reaping. So basically, they're saying, why are we participating in those holidays? They have nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. That's Tylen the cat. That's the one of Donovan's. He has two cats, Misty and Tylen, and that's Tylen, who is a really funny, interesting cat. And he also has a dog by the name of Belle. Al says it's more black Christians believe and stood by Eddie Long than Cosby. Ooh,
yeah,
you know what?
Opening up something there.
You better stop.
And Eddie Long was long donging them kids.
Now, why you have to take it there?
Well, I'm just saying.
But why?
Yeah.
But wow. That's all I can. Wow. What of it? Yeah. And Anton. You know what? I don't know why I always have a hard time saying that. Antoine. I guess that's how you say it. There you go. How important are black fathers? Woo! They're like air. Black fathers are more important, or just as important as air.
Well, put it like this.
Water.
I'm going to make an example of how important fathers are. Dee talks about her father all the time.
Yeah, my father was very influential in my life. Without my father, I would not be who I am and have a lot of the knowledge that I have, and just
the respect for yourself,
the respect for myself, the respect for my man. I wouldn't be who I am today without my father. So black fathers, especially, to me, they are the equivalent of air and water. Very important. Mm-hmm. And then Brandy says not good. Brian says we are Penn State. Oh, that was the slogan that people were saying, Penn State. And Artemis says first stop purchasing and wearing fake hair is not your intention. See, why y'all want to go there?
But see,
y'all trying to open up a can of worms.
See, so I'm not the only one that sees we have a significant problem in where we're taking our resources and our money when we should be buying tanks and planes to deal with this thing. You know what I mean? $1 trillion, we can get,
Listen, I don't necessarily have a problem with the hair. I just say try to buy it from somebody who's black. Buy from a black distributor. I mean,
keep the money in the community.
Yeah, we keep making people rich who don't care about us. I mean, hell, how many times do we got to see an Asian beauty supply owner choking the mess out of one of our sisters, and then they offer 50% off, and then
we're all lined up.
We lined up at the door, and they don't even trust us to let more than 3 of us in at a time.
And leave your backpack and purse on the outside.
We gonna stand at the door waiting, like, how bad do you gotta be?
Right. And then yelling at the black man, the few of us that will stand up.
Don't you get started. Don't you get started.
But the girl yelling at us.
Yeah, she was mad. You get in the way of her yaki, her Remy. And Jonelle says, like the Black Woman March, they would fear our black women organized and unified. The black women uplift us with black men securing and paving the way for our women upliftment. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if black women unified and said, forget what they tell us about our man. We ain't believing that. We know who our man is, and we're gonna stand behind him. Imagine that.
The influence of the black woman over her sons is significant.
I agree with that.
And no nation can stand without that woman behind them supporting. I mean, you got white women, like you said, the master, he going down to the slave quarters, and she's still staying with him.
Well, back then, she kind of had no choice.
Well, yeah, but even nowadays,
right.
This guy's raping this person. Stand by her man.
Right, why?
Sister, she out. Peace. I could do it myself. Wait a minute. You don't need to be on this welfare.
We need our black men.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I don't care what nobody says. I hate to see women, especially the young women who are so ill-informed. I don't need no man. I can do it all by myself. I don't need a man for.
Or what was that post you saw with that
Don't
one
get me
chick?
started.
No, that one girl was like, "Get up out of there, you old hens! Get up out of there."
She was happy. She was celebrating the fact that her Section 8 finally came through, and she was admonishing the 80s babies by telling them to get up off it so a real one can get in there. All right. And Al said, I just found out some inmates threw some hot dogs on Cosby.
Man.
I heard it was a hot dog barn or something. Allegedly, they moved them to different custody or whatever, which I think they should have had them protected custody anyway. But I just think those inmates are probably looking for some fame. Throwing a hot dog. A man is blind. They said he fell down some stairs.
But why would they have him with the regular?
Especially if he's blind. Like, what are y'all trying to do with this man? Y'all might have just gave him the death penalty.
Yeah. Are they setting him up to do like what's the guy that was eating black folks?
Oh, I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name. God, that's when you get old. You can't think of names. And Brian says, I know those women are surpassing in salary. Talking about black women. Well, it's always been that way with black women as far as making money. Even you go back to slavery, black women have always been put over the black man to usurp him and to make him know that you'll never be nothing. Because, well, even if we got to put your own woman over you in authority and give her more than you, will do that. So, because we don't want you to ever think you can be more than what we told you. So, Artemis, she said, it must be in the water. It must be. And Jonah said, Father is the first man. A woman knows a God father. Knows a good father is a measurement of manhood by which woman choose her man, and vice versa for a man. A man desire a woman like his mother in principle and in love. So, principle and love. So it's very important to be those excellent examples for our children because they strive to follow and measure up to what we do. And the examples set, we said that's why a real man is a man of God, as Minister Farrakhan teaching, and is an example of in practice. Absolutely. That's who we should strive to be with. And for those of you guys on the podcast, I will see you guys or hear you guys, talk to you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. And so, no, absolutely. And so to that point, Jonelle, a lot of women say, oh my gosh, black men ain't this, black men ain't that, and all sort of stuff. Well, maybe it's not, I know that it's not all black men. Maybe it's the black men that you're choosing to keep company with. Maybe you have poor decision-making skills in choosing them.
Yes, preach it, sister. Preach it. Yes.
Maybe you shouldn't be laying down with a man that you're not sure of, and maybe you shouldn't be making kids with a man that hasn't proven to you that he is going to be there for you and that child. And not just you, but that child as well.
Right, and stop bringing that baggage from your last relationship into your new relationship.
Right, get to know who you are. Let it air out, sisters. Let it air out. Air out your mind and your heart so you can let somebody else who is deserving come in and be that man to you. That's just where listen, I'm never going to give y'all advice if I never experienced that myself. I'm not saying that I was perfect, but I had some issues in relationships, and until I got to love myself and know who I am, I didn't find a good man. I kept finding the same type of man in a different body. Mm-hmm. That was it. So, and Brian said nobody bothers. Who's big? Bill. Nobody bothers Bill. So Brian is saying, nah, he ain't getting no hot dogs thrown on him in prison. And Al says,
now wait a minute. Are we talking about the right kind of hot dog? I'm just. I'm trying to, think outside the box.
Shut up, D. Don't you don't
Okay.
follow Donovan's lead. Stay away from it. Al says, Al's Jack joke of the day. Camille threw a bottle of omega-3 pills at Bill and hit him on the head. Now he has superfish oil injuries. Superficial. Now I got that one. So anyway, y'all, I don't see any more comments from your behalf on your side coming up. I will address them.